Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I want to talk to those of you in the state of California regarding the California EDD's major updates, issues, frequently asked questions for this week. Today is March 14th, and you guys, I have been doing about once a week a video that compiles all of the major issues, questions, and new information for the California EDD so that you have a one-stop video to come and get updated. Now, many of these issues are changing. They're going to continue to change, evolve, unfold. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell on so that anytime I release a new piece of content, you are notified right away. These videos are extremely dense and packed with information, so I want you guys to use the timestamp menu that I have listed down below. Yes, watching the video from start to finish, including the ads, helps boost my channel, but I've sectioned out the video for you so that you can skip ahead to exactly what you need so that you can find your information quickly and easily. Let's talk about today's date, which is 3/14. 3/14 up until 4/10 is known as the phase out period from the prior December stimulus bill. Now, yes, we have a new stimulus bill that was just passed, but it has not been put into action on the EDD's side yet. We are still waiting for the Department of Labor to issue the guidance on exactly how the states are going to implement the programs, and then the EDD will be able to get those programs up and running. But until that happens and until that new extension is kicked into action on the EDD's end, right now we have the 3/14 end date for the prior stimulus bill kicking into action. What that means is that anybody with a remaining balance from 3/14 up until 4/10 can continue to collect those payouts. But new extensions won't be granted for PEUC or PUA until the new stimulus bill is put into action on the EDD's administrative end. So if you have a remaining balance in your claim and your PEUC or PUA, you will be able to continue to collect that up until 4/10 or when the new extension is granted. If you have reached a $0 balance maximum benefits paid today, and today at that 3/14 end date from the 11-week extension, you now see a $0 balance. Next, you will be waiting for the newest extension from the stimulus bill to be put into place and applied to your claim. Now, recently we had the third stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan, signed and put into law. That means that PEUC, which is the extension for unemployment, and PUA now have been extended up until September 6th. However, the EDD unemployment benefit week ends on September 4th. So, technically speaking, your claim has been extended up until claim week ending September 4th. Yes, this includes you if you have reached a $0 balance, and yes, it does include you if you have reached the end of your benefit year. There's going to be an additional step for you if you've reached the end of your benefit year. How do you take advantage of these extensions? Do you need to apply to them? If you're a PUA or if you are traditional unemployment or PEUC and within your benefit year, then you do not need to do anything and they will be applied automatically. But if you have reached the end of your benefit year and you are a traditional unemployment claim, then you will need to reapply and file a new claim once you reach the end of your benefit year. How do you know when you reach the end of your benefit year? The EDD states that they will send you a notice. However, in many cases, they have not been sending this notice, and certifications continue to populate, which means that you are then stuck in pending because you are at the end of your benefit year. So, to know if you have reached the end of your benefit year, go to UI Online. Look at your claim start date and then count out 12 months after that. That is the end of your benefit year. Claims that are traditional unemployment claims must file a new claim once they reach the end of their benefit year according to the current language posted on the EDD's website. Now, many of you are confused because the EDD recently published in a press release as well as online that all claims will receive the extension automatically. Well, that is true. However, if your claim has ended, then you cannot receive the extension automatically because the EDD still wants you to file a new claim. So what about those of you that say on extension? Well, you need to count out 12 months from your benefit start date, and if you're 12 months after, then the EDD wants you to file a new claim. The only exception for this seems to be Fed Ed. Now, the only exception to this seems to be for claimants who are collecting Fed Ed. If you're collecting Fed Ed, claims seem to continue to pay out past your benefit year end date. Now, I say seems because this is based on subscriber feedback. The majority of my subscribers tell me that they continue to receive payouts the entire duration of their Fed Ed claim balance, even if their year has expired. Get stuck in pending, make sure you call into customer service and see if you need to file a new claim. So does PUA need to file a new claim? No, PUA will not need to file a new claim. The EDD has stated in their press release as well as online that PUA claims will be extended automatically, as well as PEUC claims and UI claims that are still within their benefit year. Now, what happens if you apply for a new claim and because you did not work enough in the last year, if you don't qualify for a new claim, the stimulus bill grants the EDD the approval to keep you on your old claim and apply the new PEUC extension at your old weekly benefit award amount to that claim. But you must first try to see if you've had enough wages in the last year in order to get a new claim. So if you do not qualify for a new claim, you will still be extended. What if you qualify for a new claim, but it is at a significantly lower weekly benefit award amount due to lower wages? If you qualify for a weekly benefit award amount that is $25 less than your prior claims amount or even smaller, the EDD will keep you on your prior claim and keep your weekly benefit award amount. The EDD will keep you on your prior claim and apply the extension to that prior claim with a higher weekly benefit award amount, thanks to the stimulus bill. So if you must file a new claim, what is the best way to do so? Well, you can do it in UI online. However, the most efficient thing to do is to call in and do it over the phone. Why? Because if you do not qualify for a new claim, the customer service rep will, in most cases, be able to go around that full application process and request that the extension be applied to your claim. They will do this in most cases over the phone. This is going to speed things up for you, as opposed to waiting 2 to 3 weeks for your new application to be processed. You may be subject to an ID verification again, etc. Instead, call into customer service and try to do this over the phone so that they can apply the extension immediately. Now, also included in the stimulus bill is an extension of the $300 boost to unemployment. The $300 weekly boost has been extended up until claim week ending September 4th. Now, will you see a gap in your benefits? Well, if you still have a remaining claim balance and you are able to still collect it up until that claim week ending 4/10 during that phase out period, then you probably won't see a gap depending on exactly how long it takes the EDD to get things up and running. Why? Because you'll continue to collect your old claim balance until it is completely gone, up until that 4/10 phase out end date. But if you're at a $0 balance and you are next waiting on a PEUC extension or on your PUA to be extended, we are now currently waiting for the EDD to first receive guidance from the Department of Labor on how to carry out the new legislation. And then once they receive that guidance, we will be waiting on the EDD to actually put the programs back into action and extend them. Now, at this point in time, we do not have a date in which they say that things will be back up and running with the new extensions applied. If there is a gap between this last extension and the new stimulus bill extension being put into place, will payments be retroactive? Yes, payments will be retroactive. Essentially, the program end dates have been amended, which means that they are to continue continuously with payouts. But because there will most likely be a lapse between when they actually get the extensions up and running, anything that is missed in terms of weeks, including your weekly benefit award amount and the $300 boost, would be paid out retroactively once they get up and running. Next, let's talk about the $10,200 worth of unemployment benefits being tax-free. The new stimulus bill grants $10,200 worth of your unemployment benefits, which were paid out in year 2020, to be tax-free as long as your AGI is below $150,000. If your adjusted gross income is below $150,000, then those $10,200 worth of benefits are not taxed and are not included in your AGI in the final calculation. Now, many of you are coming from households where you are married filing jointly and both spouses have collected unemployment. The $10,200 is per individual. So if two spouses collected unemployment, each would be entitled to collecting $10,200 worth of benefits as tax-free. The IRS has published guidance on this, and I did create a video yesterday which goes into this in detail. For those of you that have not yet filed, if you're filing with a tax preparer, a CPA, a professional, you can go ahead and do so now because the IRS has released the guidance on how to utilize this benefit. If you're filing with a tax preparing software such as TurboTax or something else, you want to check that software's website for updates and see if they have implemented this change yet. The IRS just released this guidance 2 days ago, so many softwares are going to be taking several days in order to update their platforms, be able to properly calculate this change for you. Next, let's talk about those of you who are stuck in pending. This is a big issue for many of you. If you're stuck in pending, first I want to make sure that if you do have an ID verification that was required of you, that you have properly completed the steps. It will continue to be pending until the EDD has applied the ID verification to your claim. If you completed ID verification using ID.me, first make sure that you used the EDD specific ID.me link. Next, make sure that ID.me has sent you an email confirmation that you did successfully complete the process. Many people left the last and final step incomplete because they didn't see the notification that they need to return to their browser and complete a series of steps. So if that is you and you do not have a notification from ID.me, go back because you most likely need to complete a step. Now, once the EDD completes your ID verification and applies it to your claim, they're going to send you a text message letting you know. If ID verification is not a problem for you, next I want you to go in and check your claim start date. If you're a traditional unemployment claim and you have reached the end of 12 months worth of benefits, your claim may still populate certifications for you and you will continue to certify, but they will be stuck in pending. They will not go any further, because you need to file a new claim. So go to UI Online, check your claim start date. If you're 12 months out from your claim start date in your traditional unemployment claim, that is why you're stuck in pending. Call into customer service and file a new application. Now, if those two things are not your issues, call into customer service. Yes, it's difficult to get through the phone lines, but I do have a video that shares 2 tricks to help you get through faster, and most people are successful using them. Call into customer service because there may be something putting a stop payment alert onto your claim, which requires you to speak with a customer service rep in order to get pushed out of pending and back into paid. Stop payment alerts were turned off within the EDD's internal system for quite a long time, and then when they had their audit done, they had to turn them back on. Stop payment alerts will stop your payments and keep you in pending because you have something that has triggered it. Now, this could be a variety of different things depending on your claim. For some individuals, this is how they certify that is kicking them into a stop payment alert. Now, if you marked that you were not able to take full-time work, or that you started school or training, or something else in your certification that might kick you into that stop payment alert, even if you are allowed to answer that way and still have a valid claim, those things are kicking people into a stop payment alert, and they are then required to talk to a customer service rep and determine eligibility before proceeding. Now, there are other reasons why you could be stuck in pending. They may need to gather more information from you on your claim. In addition to certifications, there are many other reasons that can trigger a stop payment alert. Most likely, EDD customer service reps need to talk to you and conduct a phone interview just to check on your eligibility for the programs. Unfortunately, they do not notify you that this is the problem, and so many people don't know why they're pending or how long it will take. So it's best to be proactive if you are stuck in pending and call into customer service. Next, let's talk about those of you who have seen a gap in your payments or a decrease in your weekly benefit award amount. This is the same group of people that are having one or both of these problems. This group of people applies to those of you that were on a traditional unemployment claim. You used a PEUC extension and then you were denied a Fed Ed extension. When you were denied that Fed Ed extension, the EDD switched you over to a PUA claim to use as an extension. Now, with the new stimulus legislation, they're required to move you back from a PUA claim over to PEUC because more weeks are available. Now, your old claim may have continued to populate certifications and you would have certified. But because that claim now has been switched back over to PEUC, those certifications stayed there. Many of you have seen a gap in your payments due to this reason. Many of you have also seen a decrease in your weekly benefit award amount because you've been moved from PUA over to PEUC, and the amount that you qualified for there was different based on your earnings. If you are missing certifications and you have gaps in your certifications, call into customer service and let them know because they will need to populate those for you in order for you to certify. Next, let's talk about those of you that are still getting the reopen claim button. Now, the reopen claim button should be there if you didn't certify for 30 days and your claim went dormant. For those of you that was the case, maybe you went back to work for a while, etc., then yes, you would click the reopen claim button. But for the majority of people who are seeing the reopen claim button, it is sometimes coming back twice or 3 times. A reopen claim happens when the EDD is making some sort of a change to your account and applying an extension. That claim button is popping up for people, and the EDD stated in a press release and on Twitter that it was a glitch and that you were not to click it. If you did click it, it creates a gap in your certifications while they process reopening your claims. You then have to call into customer service and ask them to have those certifications populated for you that were missing. So don't click it, but if you see it, call into customer service. They will need to remove it for you over the phone. Next, let's talk about the MEUC boost. The EDD stated online in their Federal CARES Act provisions update, where they listed all of the new benefits of the stimulus bill. They did address that MEUC boost, which is the mixed earners boost of $100 per week for individuals who were self-employed and had $5,000 worth of self-employment income the year prior or more, but only qualified for a traditional unemployment claim, so that income was ignored. They stated that the MEUC boost will be continued up until September 4th. However, the program actually hasn't gotten up and running. They've released no other information. So for those of you that are asking me about this program, there still are no developments. I would expect a large retroactive payment from them once they get it up and running. But once we have more details, I'll be sure to share. Next, let's talk about those of you that cannot get through to customer service or who have larger issues that just aren't being solved. I have a video linked down below that has 2 tricks on how to get through faster. Start by using that. Next, you need to contact your assembly member. I'm going to leave the link for how to contact them in the video description down below. Next, you guys can submit contact forms from UI Online and Ask EDD. These are the slowest and most inefficient way to get help, but it doesn't hurt to submit your information there in hopes of reaching the EDD on all possible platforms. Lastly, I want to encourage you guys to reach out to local news stations. Reach out to news stations and let them know your problems. Many local news stations are reporting on EDD content daily and value feedback from claimants. So reach out to them, let them know your problems that you are having. Next, let's talk about those of you that are saying not paid or disqualified. Not paid and disqualified are red flags. You guys need to call into customer service and see what is going on. Not paid and disqualified oftentimes it means that there's something with your claim that has made you ineligible for benefits. This could be an expiration of a claim where you had pending payments that now have moved to not paid because your claim has in fact expired. In that case, you need to call in and reapply. Not paid or disqualified can also apply to claims that are missing information with the EDD, such as an ID verification that was not completed on time or a request for more documentation which was never sent. There are many other reasons why your claim could be not paid or disqualified, but overall, call into customer service. You will need the help of a customer service representative to get you pushed through. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Word amount and extend the extension. You're focusing on the plant. Focus on my face, please. Please. It's here. No, it's not there. My face. Focus on my face. Focus on my face. Hey, something's in my shirt. Something's in there. Filing jointly and you and your spouse both received Now, if